Hi, we would like to welcome you to our webinar on Unified Sales and Service. I'm Cameron Smith with Accelas Solutions, and I'll be discussing how a unified sales and service team will help you gain and retain your customers. Today's webinar will be split up into 3 parts. I will spend some time on our findings and present those findings to you. Then we will have a live demonstration of the Oracle's Engagement Cloud, and then a short question and answer session. Our customers and potential customers are now expecting a greater experience when looking for those products or services to purchase. We want them to feel the satisfaction of their experience to create the loyalty and the lifetime value of them as a customer. In turn, the goal of creating a great customer experience helps create better business outcomes for your business. Clear communication between your employees and your customers is a vital part of any business's success. As you strive to provide a smooth channel of correspondence, all of your efforts should be focused towards building strong, long-term relationships between yourselves and your customers. By evaluating and enhancing the customer's journey from beginning to the end, you are on the path of creating a greater experience for your customers. Making your organization relevant to the customer at each touch point and across all channels and finding new ways to upsell and cross-sell will also create a buying experience they will always remember. There is a difference between customer experience and customer service. These days, the job of a customer service manager is no longer as simple as making sure the phones are answered quickly and the metamorphical lights are lit. Throughout the past decade, customer service teams have increasingly been asked to focus on and show that they are improving customers' experiences within the company. This is all because management teams have realized that their brands are fundamentally affected by the quality of the support they offer to their customers. Due to customers now place a lot more importance on the overall value proposition of a company's offering to them, rather than just the usefulness, the quality, etc. of the product or service they're buying. While customer service managers will be the first to recognize that customer service is not synonymous with a customer experience, there are many points across the stages of the customer life cycle where customers do talk to the companies. So first, through the initial purchase experience. Second, with the onboarding, getting the customer using the product or service and engaging them with a particular brand. So finally, with the end of term renewal or repurchase of the product or service. Creating the loyalty between the customer and the supplier is another key element in a business's success. As we discuss loyalty of our customers, the heart of this effort is customer service. Teams must now collaborate far more with a host of other teams and corporate functions elsewhere to provide a consistently good experience for their customers. Although a wide range of factors make a customer loyal to a brand or a particular product, the customer service experience plays an important role in about 1/4 of all customer attrition. A bad service interaction is only outweighed by the price and or change in a customer's needs. So it's important for all teams to work together on maximizing customer experience, but too many teams across the world's companies still work in their own silos, which gives rise to different challenges and sometimes conflicting goals for different managers. Selling B2B products is often a complex endeavor, but many sales teams have made the process way too complex. And this means smaller deals and slower growth. Managers at companies across the industries and parts of the world, and in frustratingly many different disciplines, all find it harder and slower to get their work done. One of the joys of business is, of course, it can seem absurdly simple at times. You find a need, you create a product or service to fill that need, you make a sale, you collect the revenue, you invest some, and you take the rest as profit. And of course, you repeat that process. But when companies are as large as they are today, when supply chains are so long, decision-making so complex, customers so demanding, information so profuse, and employees so dispersed, only to name a few, a simple concept becomes incredibly complicated and hard to manage. When it comes to B2B sales, the way businesses buy products and service is no longer a simple or predictable process. And many sales executives are changing the way they run their teams as a result. Reps often feel the need for more information about customers more quickly than ever so they can customize their pitch to appeal to all the diverse members of a company's buying group. And sales leaders have tried to give them what they want. They provide their teams with product and industry experts and a greater back office support so the reps can get on with closing more deals at a faster rate. But in practice, what does this mean? It means sales reps are often hit with too much information and help all at once. Ever more complex products, rising customer expectations, and a larger group that must all agree before a purchase is made, all conspire to a lengthy sales cycle. In fact, according to the CEB data, 87% of sales heads now say more complexity in the sales process seems to be lowering seller productivity and conversion rates. There are 4 ways to simplify the seller experience. First, let's focus on the sales support. In an effort to increase sales, companies try to include support functions evenly across the entire sales process. But this often adds to internal complexity and increased seller confusion. The trick is to go beyond simply offering broad support and intentionally pick those precise moments where providing targeted support will help sellers the most. Second, reducing those non-sales distractions. Sales reps often find themselves bombarded with sales requests to participate in company events, everything from surveys to marketing initiatives and even to training. While these may seem harmless and in some cases even beneficial, what companies fail to recognize is the burden these requests place on their sellers. Sales leaders need to find a way to manage their reps' time to avoid distractions and focus more on core selling activities. Third, streamlining the seller workflow. While well-intentioned, sales support often results in greater complexity without resolving the underlying issue. The solution is for companies to map workflows and identify where the problems exist so they can target support, references, and resources in those right areas. Fourth, having an easy resource navigation. The new complex selling environment has produced a seemingly endless array of seller support resources. Simply navigating these resources has become a greater task for most sales reps. Companies must make it easier for the reps to get the support they need at the right time, simultaneously cutting costs and simplifying the seller's experience. So let's talk about the essential roadmap for the new realities of really the selling when buyers nowadays are in charge. Sales and service are being radically redefined by the biggest communication revolution in human history. In today's market, buyers are in charge. Nowadays, selling has taken on a new meaning, where the buyer has more power at their fingertips. Such as, potential customers have never before had perfect information on the web. It means salespeople must transform from authority to consultant. Product narratives must tell a story, and businesses must be agile enough to respond before opportunity is lost. Companies, large and small, are revolutionizing the way they get business done. Real-world examples illustrate the new marketplace in action and demonstrate the brilliant utility of taking a new look at your customer and your business. Whether you're an independent contractor, a multinational corporation, a startup, or even a nonprofit organization, it's essential to navigate the new digital marketplace. In today's world of selling, the buyer is steering the ship, and what you need to consider on a regular basis are the following. The old rules of sales and service no longer work in an always-on world. It consists of a new sales cycle and how informative web content is driving the buying process. It seems we need to be providing agile, real-time sales and service 24/7 without it really ruling and controlling our lives. There's an importance of defining and understanding the buyer's persona while involving the agility of a customer service and retaining the existing clients and expanding new business. Why content-rich websites motivate interest, establish authority, and drive sales. How social media is transforming the role of a salesperson into a value consultant. Buyers are better informed and come armed with more choices and opportunities than ever before. Everything about sales has changed. Salespeople must adapt because the digital economy has turned the old model on its head, and those who don't keep up will definitely be left behind. So now I would like to talk a little bit about how the Oracle's Engagement Cloud will assist in these aspects we have touched on so far. So here's an overview of this new solution as part of the Customer Experience Suite. The new Oracle Engagement Cloud combines sales and service capabilities into one solution with a unique combination of sales automation, service request management, and knowledge management. Using Engagement Cloud, sales and service professionals can deliver consistent answers to customers' questions and ensure that issues are resolved efficiently and effectively. Organizations can improve customer satisfaction and customer retention, resulting in supporting those high-touch and high-value accounts. Within Engagement Cloud, you have Salesforce automation, which will help you maximize sales, and tightly integrated complete set of lead-to-contact sales tools, including comprehensive mobile apps, a complete 360-degree view of your customers, and sales team collaboration. Partner relationship management will empower partners and channel account managers and ultimately accelerate sales with streamlined channel execution. Sales performance management improves sales effectiveness and achieves targeted revenue goals using quotas, territories, incentive compensation, and more. With customer data management, you can create a trusted master customer profile that includes clean, consolidated, and complete customer information. Service request management will capture, manage, and share service issues related to accounts, contacts, and partners. Salespeople can create service requests, enter summary information into those service requests, add products and product groups, organize the SRs into queues, compose and send messages from the SRs. They can add contacts, add team members automatically or manually, assign these service requests to other users, create activities, share the service request information using the social network. Knowledge management delivers the most relative answers to customers within the help of recommended answers, natural language search, and advanced knowledge authorizing capabilities. So let's summarize some of these features just mentioned and how they relate to your business. The intended use case is for B2B organizations where agents wear both a sales and a service hat. They might be on a call with a customer about an issue and identify a cross-sell or even an upsell opportunity and need to act on it immediately. These unified sales and service capabilities set Oracle Engagement Cloud apart by enabling a company to break down the information barriers between their departments so employees can have informed, one-stop interactions with their high-value customers. Engagement Cloud is specifically tailor-made to cater to the small-scale service request. Gone are the days when your service reps had trouble tracking service requests for customers and partners all at the same time. With a collaborative service request, share and assign service requests to a wide array of team members. And nothing stays in the dark. Measure your service reps' performance in dealing with service requests at any point in time. Ensuring responsiveness to customers' issues. Having multi-channel interactions across email, phone, chat, and even co-browse. This empowers your reps to respond to and track service and sales interactions across all channels, resulting in providing a better customer experience across multiple channels. Through service collaboration, you can leverage experts across the enterprise to help find those answers to the different queries, solve problems, and easily move solutions to the knowledge base right from the conversations themselves. Engagement Cloud lets you determine correct entitlements and due dates based on service request severity of the criteria. Now you have the power to ensure the SLA compliance for an expedited customer relationship. Connecting with these experts and colleagues across the organization, your agents are now equipped with the superpower of knowledge management on Engagement Cloud. Along with intelligent search and knowledge authoring lets them cater to the most unappealing of the customer's questions in no time. Empowering your reps to give quick and consistent answers. With the Engagement Cloud, your customers can self-service to find solutions to their queries on your support sites that are fully extensible to cater to your unique brand. Empowering your customers to work through their issues and on their timetable, and of course, have a better experience. Having mobile access to service requests lets you and your field service officers keep tabs on all things service and sales, even on the go, enabling you to stay plugged in regarding your customers' issues. Finally, the Oracle Engagement Cloud, you'll be able to streamline configuration and management with a common extension framework, with common security, with a common platform service, and common administration. So to sum it up, a common platform for a combined success for your company. We now would like to introduce and turn the time over to Yvonne, an Oracle Principal Sales Consultant with extensive experience selling into Fortune 500 businesses, focused on strategic selling with expertise in customer experience applications.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. My name is Yvonne Guerrero, and I'm a Principal Sales Consultant with Oracle. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to take a look at a demonstration of Engagement Cloud. We're going to be able to see how agents are able to service their customer both from a sales as well as from a service perspective. But before we get into the demo, just something for corporate sake. This safe harbor statement, which basically states that whatever I'm showing you today, product management has the right to be able to change or tweak it prior to code release. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take you to the application. What you're looking at right now is the home page of Engagement Cloud. I am logged in as a call center agent, and by that, I'm able to see everything that my role allows me to see. As you're very familiar with, some of our other cloud applications and Oracle applications, they're all role-based. So depending on who you are when you're logged in, then that will determine both the data and your customers that you're able to serve. So if I click on this sales icon, you see here that I can see sales information such as opportunities, the accounts that those opportunities are for, the contacts that are interacting with the salespeople. And similarly, from a service perspective, I can also see the accounts and the contacts and the activities. So, from either view, whether it's from the sales or from the service, I can see the same information. So, that is what, you heard earlier today in the, during the presentation, is that Engagement Cloud is really a single platform where both sales and service functions come together. I'm going to go ahead and drill into the service request, and this takes me to a listing of all of the service requests, in this case that are assigned and are open in my queue. I can change my view, and I can change to see which other queues we have out there, which other listing of service requests we have out there. I can see all of the open service requests, And now my view changes a little bit. Instead of just having the ones that are assigned to me, now I see the ones that are open. And I can also take a look at the ones that have not been assigned to a queue yet. So if I need to grab something manually, or or you can certainly define your assignment rules so that they can automatically be assigned to different agents. You can see here the listing of service requests that haven't been assigned. But I'm going to go ahead and go back to my open queue. From here, I can drill into a service request, or I can go ahead and create a service request. When I create a service request, you see here that I have the form that I can just freely type in the title or the account, and any other information that you want to track. In this case, the title is the only thing required. So once I enter it, and I can just go ahead, save and continue, and save and close. If I save and close, then I go ahead and go back to my listing of service requests, and I can go on. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to be able to just create something in the system and then move on. But I certainly don't want to spend the whole 15, 20 minutes having for you to watch me type. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how an agent is able to service their customers through the different channels that this agent supports. So in this, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how an agent can handle an incoming call and then be able to service the service request associated with it. So very quickly, I'm going to go to this other page, and I'm going to go ahead and simulate a call coming in. I'm going to click ring there, and I'm going to go back to my desktop, and you'll see here that a little window pop up saying, hey, by the way, you have a call coming in from Call Mitchell. I'm going to go ahead and accept that call. I'm going to get this contact verification window, and just to make sure that I can verify that I'm speaking with Call from Pinnacle Technologies. I'm going to go ahead and verify and continue. And where this jumps me to is a screen, a 360-degree view of Call Mitchell. And I see here both from a sales perspective that we have two opportunities outstanding with Call that are pretty significant in value. We have a lead. We have certainly some open activity, so we are interacting with Call in various formats, as well as we have quite a number of service requests that he's opened. Because we're focusing just on the service aspect, I'm going to go ahead and drill into that service request. And here I see all of the service requests that Call has opened with us. Okay, I can go ahead and sort them ascendingly or descendingly, and as well as I can drill into any service request at any one time. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and drill into the server issue that we just opened up. And I can see here that Call is following up on that service issue. I see all of the profile information here. I see that it's a hardware issue, as well as we haven't even touched it. I haven't started to work on it. But you also during the presentation, you heard mention of a milestone, the concept of SLAs. Well, right now, once your service request is open, you can start your SLAs, your counter to start ticking, if you would, to make sure that you respond to this customer, within a certain amount of time. But, since I have time, I had not touched it, that's probably why Cole called in to say, hey, what's the status of this request. So while I have Cole on the phone, I'm going to quickly expand this pane right here so that I can search the knowledge base. You notice that I'm not passing anything, any information to the knowledge. The knowledge basically gets past the title as well as the category and products to the knowledge. And based on how you categorize your knowledge base, then you're going to get a result set that is going to be relevant to the agent on how to answer this green server issue. So you notice here that, it could be probably because of controlling the fan speed or green server module or analyzing some green server problems. So everything is green server related. So you're not going to get, an off knowledge that is not related to the problem at hand. I can drill into any one of these knowledge items and be able to preview it prior to sending it to the customer. I can, continuing to drill into different ones, and I'm going to get to see, the knowledge items, prior to sending it to the customer. Once I'm happy and I think that this is the knowledge that solves the problem's question, I can go ahead and link it to the service request. And when I do that, you notice that the little paperclip here, if you would, it turns blue. You can link as many articles as you see relevant to a service request. So right there you see I've linked 2 of them already, as well as you can make some of these articles favorites. When you mark them favorites, you see a yellow star, then you'll have quicker access to them. If these are articles that you're always using, then you can go ahead and add them to your favorites, and then you can quickly take a look at your favorite articles and be able to access them quicker. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and hide the pane. And I'm going to, while I have Cole on the phone, I'm going to go ahead and not only tell them what the response is, but I'm going to say, you know what, Cole? I'm going to send this to you also in an email. I'm going to change my channel type to be email. And you notice that the system automatically populates the email address. That way I don't have to do it. I can use quick templates, or smart text, where I can just say, I want to pick the quick resolution one, and it lets me preview it, as well as it lets me personalize the response back to Cole. So it tells me, thank you, Cole, for your service, and it lets him know the SR, it lets him know the date of the type of issue that he reported, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that, as well as going to insert that knowledge that would link to the service request. I selected 2 of them, of which, if Cole just wants one of them, that he can have those images for him to be able to refer to, I can send him that. And then lastly, I'm going to close it up with my signature. And it puts there my name on it, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that, and I'm going to then afterwards, after I see that, everything is the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and send that to the customer, and I can say, you know what, Cole, I just sent you information on this. At this time, I can go ahead and hang up the call with Cole. I can wrap it up. I can say this was a general question. I answer the question and send information. Okay. At this time, we have wrapped up the call with Cole Mitchell. We've already satisfied his response, and I'm going to go ahead and basically save and close the service request and move on to the next one. So before we move on to the next one, there's a few things that I do want to show you. So I'm going to go back to the service request. During the presentation, you heard about being able to see the different interactions that you have with the customer. So now we have kind of like a dashboard, if you would, that builds interaction history based on the number of touch points, or how people, or how even the customer is contacting you. So in this case, just on the service request, we've only had called us, so we had one, and then we emailed them. I'm going to go ahead and drill into Call's name, and I'm going to go to his interaction history from an overall contacts perspective. And you see here that we see a much broader view, not just from a specific service request, but we see here that Cole likes to call us a lot, but he's kind of like 50-50 in terms of calling, and then he'll switch to emails, and there's other channels obviously that like Cole likes to use. So you see here all of the interactions that we've had, including the one, for our call today. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to where I was at. And then I'm going to talk about, the team. So by default, the call center agent will have visibility into this, as well as any person, so the salespeople that are assigned to Pinnacle Technologies, which is the account that call works for, will have visibility into it, whichever one is in the account team. So if I drill into Pinnacle Technologies and I go to the account team, you'll see that Lisa Jones, who is the sales rep, will have visibility into the service request by default, as well as whoever is the sales team of Cole Mitchell will also have visibility into the service request. And lastly, the last type of service request visibility that you have into the service request is roll-up visibility. So, all of my direct reports, I want to see all of their service requests. Then, you inherit that visibility as well. And also, if for those of you that use the Oracle Social Network within your application, you can go ahead and share this service request in your OSN network. That way, you don't always have to come in and look at information. Instead, you can push out information to other users, and especially on the sales side. You can actually, it has the same features and function that the native OSN application has. You can go ahead and add people to it. You can go ahead and pin them, send them messages. All the same functionality. It's supported as well. And then, of course, your milestone. You have your first respond metric, which we just completed it by responding back to call. And then we have our resolution metric, which we have, a little bit of leeway to be able to complete. So, in essence, you see how the agent can take handle this issue, be able to quickly service the customer, be able to access the knowledge base, attach knowledge bases to articles, and be able to interact with the customer both from a phone perspective as well as from an email perspective, be able to respond back to them. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my listing of service requests. And this time around, instead of taking a look at call service requests from an inbound call perspective, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at all of the service requests that are out there, and I'm going to focus on this one that came in through an email channel. Okay, so you see here that we haven't touched it, but yet I can see here that the customer sent us a service request, and we're able to respond saying that your request has been received, and it gives them the reference number, and that we will get back to you as soon as we can. Okay, I'm going to view all of these, and you can see here that the original email also gets logged, and call is saying, hey, I'm having issues with this server, the fan's not running. So we track all of the interactions. Call sends us the email, we replied back. Now, when Call sends an email into, support@oracle.com, for instance, then the system will grab that email and will automatically create a service request. It would attach the email, as you see here, as well as the response, basically building out the history. So at this time, I can go ahead and search the knowledge, first of all, just to make sure what knowledge articles are suggested, and be able to link that article to the service request, and then be able to quickly go up to my interactions and respond back to call. And you notice that the template is defaulted to be email, and I'm just going to insert the knowledge. And I'm going to go ahead and insert my signature. And it's all template-based, so, you don't have to worry about, misspelling my name, which happens often. It will go out, the way you want your templates to look. And I'm going to go ahead and click this send. When I click send, you would expect that the interaction history will build so that I can see here the response that we just sent to Cole. So here I'm looking at all of the interactions from them. Now Cole is going to go ahead and receive this response, and if Cole wants to reply back to us, then it'll be attached to this service request, because the system will identify that response as a reply back and try to find the open service request to be able to associate that response back to the service request. So you're not opening up multiple service requests for the same inquiry. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so we covered, the channel of, the incoming phone call. I also showed you how the channel of an incoming email, how that service request is handled and how that service request is automatically created. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch hats, and we're going to take a look at the self-service portal. What you're looking at here is a self-service portal for a user that hasn't been authenticated yet. So right now, the only thing that I can do is either chat or contact the customer. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And you're going to see that my view is now a little bit different because it's going to be personalized based on that customer that is logging in. It's going to be relevant because it's going to show relevant information based on this customer's profile. So you notice that it shows me some knowledge articles that I can be able to preview and do some self-service, so that way you can avoid and minimize having to contact the call center. It also has a listing of all of the prior service requests that I had open and I've been dealing with the call center. So the server not running or the server issue that we were working with as an agent, I also have that visibility to be able to see what the history, what the interaction, and what the update is right from my personalized self-service site. And you see here, remember that article that we sent to Cole? Well, Cole can also come into their self-service site and be able to access that reply as well and see all of the interactions. I can update it. I can also close ESR from here, escalate it, or just keep it at that. So I'm just going to go ahead, thank you very much, and I'm going to click done. Okay, likewise, I can also, as a end user, I can go ahead and create a service request. And I can go ahead and save and close. So there's a lot of self-help that you can enable the customer with, and and try to minimize the touch points or the calls or the inbound questions into the call center. You can also chat with the agent as well as co-browse with the agent. So at any one point, you can initiate a chat with the agent or a co-browse session with the agent, and whoever is available to take the chat or make themselves available to handle chat interactions, then that agent is going to go ahead and accept your chat. Same thing with co-browse. Okay. So and then of course Cole can search the knowledge by it can either type a text here or be able to just drill into any one of this particular catalogs, and they'll get the knowledge display for them. So at this point, I think, we've covered, pretty much the functionality for Engagement Cloud, how an agent can have visibility into the application, both from a sales and a service perspective. If an agent goes in and manages a service request, then they can have complete visibility into the customer that's opening up that service request, as well as the account. Be able to collaborate not just internally with the other call center agent users, but also with the sales teams, and be able to, just really manage that service request within a timeline perspective to be able to meet your SLAs. From a self-service perspective, I was able to show you how the end user, the customer, is able to come in, take a look at the history of service requests, be able to look at the knowledge, be able to initiate and update service requests, and if they need to, certainly they can open up a chat or a co-browse window. Those are just, some of the features that I'm able to, just scratch the surface with some of the functionality that Engagement Cloud offers out of the box. Definitely we would, love to work with you and our partner to be able to understand what your requirements are and see how Engagement Cloud can meet your needs. And with that, I want to thank you for your time.